planning board meeting.
I should make you stay and suffer.
Um,
Good
Matt?
evening, members of the planning board. The planning department would like to recommend the following items be recessed because they're not ready to be heard at this time. Under final subdivisions, number 1, 1180 Old Dock Land Division in Kings Park.
Any questions from the board? I move that we recess item 1 as read.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So recess.
The first item under new hearings is a preliminary subdivision map of Eleanor Estates. The applicant requests preliminary approval to subdivide a 1.98 acre parcel into 3 single-family lots with a cul-de-sac. The preliminary subdivision number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates, is comprised of 1 tax lot. The property has approximately 202 feet of frontage on Terry Road and 50 feet of frontage on Arthur Place. Let me just zoom in a little bit. The subdivision is located in the R10 zoning district. To the north, east, and south is R10 zoning with single-family dwellings. To the west is R15 zoning with single-family dwellings and R6 zoning with townhouses. There is an existing dwelling to remain on Lot 1 and 2 new dwellings proposed off Arthur Place. The subdivision proposes to construct a cul-de-sac at the end of Arthur Place with a right-of-way radius of 50 feet and a pavement radius of 40 feet. The topography of the site ranges from 85 feet above sea level to 60 feet above sea level. The site received variances from the Board of Zoning Appeals, that's case number 18375, to disturb environmentally sensitive land that slopes in excess of 15% for the proposed cul-de-sac on Arthur Drive and the proposed dwelling on Lot 3. There are steep slopes on the west side of Lot 1. However, these slopes are not being altered. There is no high groundwater or wetlands on the parcel. All 3 lots conform to the minimum lot area and frontage requirement of the R10 zoning district. The applicant is requesting variances to reduce the minimum front yard setback on Lot 2 from 40 feet to 25 feet and on Lot 3 from 40 feet to 35 feet. The planning board has the authority to review these front yard setback variances at final plat approval. The developer may need an FAR variance for the proposed dwelling on Lot 3. However, this will be determined by the building department if building permits are applied for. Section 248.31B of the subdivision regulations requires a subdivision be clustered because it will impact slopes exceeding 15%. The planning department recommends this subdivision be clustered by placing a 60-foot conservation easement along the west side of Lot 1 along Terry Road and by placing a 20-foot conservation easement along the rear yards of Lot 2 and 3. The engineering, highway, and traffic safety departments have reviewed the application and have found it acceptable. The Department of Environment and Waterways has reviewed the tree preservation and land clearing plan and finds it acceptable and recommends a secra negative declaration for the application. They also recommend conditions of approval related to land clearing and site preparation work that can be conditioned at the time of final plat approval. The following resolution is recommended from the Department of Environment and Waterways pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act. That's Planning Board Resolution number blank 2021, recommended secret declaration for number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the secret recommendation from the Department of Environment and Waterways and has indicated that any potential adverse environmental impact associated with said project does not rise to the level of significance, which would require a preparation of an environmental impact statement. Now, therefore, be it first resolved that the Planning Board hereby declares itself lead agency on this matter and finds that this matter is subject to the State Environmental Quality Review Act and is classified as an unlisted action pursuant to SECRA. Second, resolved that the Planning Board hereby issues a SECRA negative declaration, determination of non-significance, and EIS is not necessary. in the matter of the application for subdivision approval by Medford Forest, Inc. for number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates for the following reasons. A, the proposal does not appear to significantly threaten any unique or highly valuable environmental or cultural resources as identified in or regulated by the Environmental Conservation Law of the State of New York or Smithtown Town Code. B, the proposed project does not involve the disturbance of any lands that contain poor soil properties, high groundwater conditions, or unmanageable slopes. C, the small size and nature of the proposal mitigates against a significant adverse impact upon the environment. D, the proposal appears to be consistent with the planned use of the parcel and compatible with neighboring land uses. E, the project as proposed on the tree preservation and land clearing plan prepared by Pat T. Secafico, licensed land surveyor and dated February 5th, 2021, provides for the retention of a significant amount of existing trees and natural vegetation upon development of the subject parcel. Such preservation shall be ensured by the placement of snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing along all limits of clearing and around any individual trees to be preserved within clearing areas. This shall be done to the satisfaction of the Environmental Protection Director, and said fencing shall be maintained in place by the applicant until the completion of all land clearing and grading activities at the subject parcel. The Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Planning Board Resolution number 2021, subdivision preliminary approval for number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Medford Forest, Inc. to subdivide 1.9 acres into 3 single-family lots with a cul-de-sac. Now, therefore, be it first resolved that the Planning Board hereby approves the preliminary subdivision number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates, subject to the following conditions. A, the subdivision shall be clustered by placing a 60-foot conservation easement on the west side of Lot 1 along Terry Road, and a 20-foot conservation easement along the rear property of lots 2 and 3. B, the grading and drainage plan submitted as part of the final plat application shall provide a statement by the professional engineer of record indicating that the drainage collection system was designed by and prepared under the direction of said professional engineer. And second, resolve that this preliminary approval shall be valid for a 6-month period to expire on November 12th, 2021.
Thank you, Matt. Is there anyone representing the applicant who would like to speak? And please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, members of the board. My name is Vincent Tremarco. I represent the applicant. This afternoon, we submitted the affidavit of posting pursuant to the new rules to the planning department. We respectfully request the board to adopt the recommendation and resolutions of the planning department. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tremarco. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard on this matter? Anyone?
Madam Chairwoman, I don't have anyone with their hands raised. I'll remind the public to utilize the chat function if they can't find the raise hand button. But at this time, no, there's no one with their hands up here.
Okay. Then are there any questions from the board? Okay, hearing none. In the matter of number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates, I move that we close the hearing.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? The hearing is closed. And in the matter of number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates, I move that we adopt the secret negative declaration as recommended by the Planning Department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? The motion is adopted. And on the preliminary approval in the matter of number 1175, map of Eleanor Estates, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? None? The motion is adopted.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is a final subdivision for number 1190 Vonnie Estates in Smithtown. The applicant requests final approval to subdivide a 1.5 acre parcel into 2 single-family lots. The subdivision number 1190, map of Vonnie Estates, is one tax lot that is rectangular in shape. There is an existing dwelling to remain on lot 1. The applicant proposes to construct a new dwelling on lot 2. The site has approximately 137 feet of frontage on Lincoln Avenue and 475 feet of frontage on Maria Court. The new dwelling will be accessed from Maria Court. The site is zoned R10 and surrounded by R10 zoning and single-family dwellings. The topography of the site is flat. Elevation ranges from 95 feet to 100 feet above sea level. The depth to groundwater is greater than 10 feet, and no problems are anticipated with respect to surface water features. The proposed subdivision meets all of the requirements for the R10 zoning district, with the exception of front yard setback on lot 1 off Maria Court. Lot 1 will require a variance from the planning board to reduce the minimum front yard setback off Maria Court from 40 feet to 18 feet. The planning board has the authority to grant such a variance pursuant to section 322 30.4 of the zoning ordinance. The planning department recommends approval for the following reasons. 1, the variance will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood. The house has existed in its current location before the construction of Maria Court. Furthermore, the adjacent subdivision number 1096, Maloney Estates, designed Maria Court to provide a buffer along the existing house, which sets the house approximately 40 feet off the curb on Maria Court. This is in character with the surrounding neighborhood. 2, the variance request appears substantial. However, the variance is not self-created since Maria Court was constructed after the house was constructed. It does not seem practical to require the applicant to move the house in compliance with the R10 zoning front yard setback. 3, the variance will not create an adverse effect on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood. The house already exists, and there is no proposal to expand or alter the house. Chapter 248.24 of the subdivision regulations states that each subdivision is required to show a park area of at least 2 acres per 100 buildings. However, the Court of Appeals has ruled that the town cannot require the reservation of park area unless the planning board determines on a case-by-case basis that a need for parkland exists with respect to the individual subdivision. Based on the community facilities study in the town's comprehensive plan, there is a need for parkland in the neighborhood in which this subdivision is situated. This subdivision's share of meeting the need is approximately 0.006 acres. In cases where the planning board determines that a suitable park cannot be located or is otherwise not practical, the subdivider is required to pay a cash equivalent prior to filing the map. Given the location and small size of this subdivision, the dedication for park space would not be practical. Therefore, the payment of an equivalent park fee established at $4,200 is recommended as a condition of final plat approval. Lincoln Avenue and Maria Court are identified as residential access streets. There are no sidewalks on Lincoln Avenue and Maria Court, and it is unlikely that sidewalks will be necessary given the low traffic volume. The planning department recommends the planning board waive the requirement of sidewalks on Lincoln Avenue and Maria Court. The engineering department and highway department have found the application acceptable. The traffic safety department has no comment. The Department of Environment and Waterways finds the tree preservation and land clearing plan acceptable. They recommend a secret and negative declaration, as well as conditions related to land clearing and site preparation work. Additional information. 1, letters assuring availability of utility service have been received from the Suffolk County Water Authority and PSC&G Long Island. 2, the Smithtown Central School District has acknowledged this subdivision. 3, the amount of the inspection fee is estimated at $2,255. 4, the amount of the park fee is $4,200. 5, the amount of the performance bond is estimated at $28,188.50. 6, the amount of the cash deposit is $1,000. 7, the amount of the performance bond to be posted is $27,188.50. The following resolution is recommended for number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates from the Department of Environment and Waterways. Planning Board Resolution number blank 2021, recommended secret declaration for number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the secret recommendation from the Department of Environment and Waterways. Now therefore be it first resolved that the Planning Board, after due study and deliberation of the subject record, issue a secret negative declaration, determination of non-significance in EIS is not necessary in the matter of the application for subdivision approval by Vincent Federico for number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates, for the following reasons. A, the proposal does not appear to significantly threaten any unique or highly valuable environmental or cultural resources as identified in or regulated by the Environmental Conservation Law of the State of New York or Smithtown Town Code. B, the proposed project does not involve the disturbance of any lands that contain poor soil properties, high groundwater conditions, or unmanageable slopes. C, the small size and nature of the proposal mitigate against a significant adverse impact upon the environment. D, the project as proposed in the tree preservation and land clearing plan prepared by Lisa McQuilkin, licensed land surveyor and dated March 18th, 2021, provides for the retention of a significant amount of existing trees and natural vegetation upon development of the subject parcel. Such preservation shall be ensured by the placement of snow fencing, mesh construction fencing along all limits of clearing, and around any individual trees to be preserved within clearing areas. This shall be done to the satisfaction of the Environmental Protection Director, and said fencing shall be maintained in place by the applicant until the completion of all land clearing and grading activities at the subject parcel. The Planning Department recommends approval and offers the following resolution for the board's consideration.
It'll make a backflow.
The Planning Department, Planning Board Resolution number 2021, final plat variance for number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Vincent Federico for the following variance on lot 1, pursuant to section 322.30.4 of the Building Zone Ordinance of the Code of the Town of Smithtown for the subdivision number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates. Now therefore be it first resolved that the Planning Board hereby grants a variance from the Building Zone Ordinance of the Code of the Town of Smithtown for the subdivision number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates as follows. And there is a table of modifications for lot 1, reducing the minimum front yard setback from 40 feet to 18 feet. That's off Maria Court. This table shall be shown on the final map to be filed in the office of the Suffolk County Clerk. The Planning Board Resolution number blank 2021, subdivision final approval for number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Vincent Federico to subdivide 1.5 acres into 2 lots. Now therefore be it first resolved that the final plat number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates is hereby approved subject to the following conditions. A, posting of a performance bond in form and amount specified by a separate resolution of the Planning Board and for a term of 2 years. B, posting of a general liability insurance policy to run concurrently with the term of the performance bond and in accordance with other provisions of section 248 of the Code of the Town of Smithtown subdivision regulations. C, payment of an inspection fee and cash deposit as established by separate resolution of the Planning Board. D, payment of a park fee of $4,200. E, final approval of the drainage and regrading plans to the satisfaction of the town engineer. F, all fences located in the Lincoln Avenue and Maria Court right-of-way shall be removed. G, new concrete curbing shall be installed along Lincoln Avenue in front of lot 1. H, prior to the commencement of construction activities at the subject parcel, including land clearing or other site preparation work, the applicant shall abide by the following conditions. 1, all limits of clearing in any individual trees to be preserved within clearing areas must be marked with snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing. Said fencing shall be located no closer to the trunk of any tree to be preserved than the drip line of said tree. This area to be preserved shall be as indicated in the tree preservation and land clearing plan prepared by Lisa McQuilkin, licensed land surveyor dated March 18th, 2021. 2, upon the completion of the installation of fencing as required above, the applicant shall provide written notice to the Department of Environment and Waterways requesting inspection of the limits of clearing as marked in the field by cited fencing. 3, the applicant shall not commence construction activities, including land clearing or other site preparation work until the marked limits of clearing are approved in writing by the Environmental Protection Director. And 4, the snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing used to delineate the limits of clearing shall be maintained in place by the applicant until the completion of all land clearing and grading activities at the subject parcel. And 2nd, resolve that the chairman of the planning board is hereby authorized to sign the final plat, thereby approving said plat after the town board has accepted a performance bond of satisfactory form and amount. 3rd, resolve that the conditional final approval of said final plat shall expire 180 days after the date of this resolution and within 62 days after the chairman of the planning board signs the final maps of this plat, unless said plat shall have been duly filed or recorded by the applicant in the office of the Suffolk County Clerk. And planning board resolution number blank 2021, authorization to sign a performance bond estimate for number 1190 map of Bonnie Estates. Whereas the town departments of engineering, traffic safety, highway, and planning have prepared a performance bond estimate to cover the cost of all required public improvements. Now therefore be it first resolved that the chairman of the planning board is authorized to sign the performance bond estimate for number 1190 map of Bonnie Estates in the amount of $28,188.50 and establish an inspection fee of $2,255 and a cash deposit of $1,000. Therefore, the amount of the performance bond to be posted with the town shall be $27,188.50.
Thank you, Matt. Is there anyone representing the applicant who would like to speak? And if so, please state your name and address for the record.
Vincent Federico, 14 Coolidge Place, Smithtown, New York. Honestly, Matt covered everything pretty much.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard on this matter?
Madam Chairwoman, I don't have anyone utilizing the chat function, nor the raise hand function.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chairman, the affidavit of posting was filed and it's in good order.
Thank you, Judge.
Just want to give him a minute. I mean, we have 2 people just in case they have something to say.
Sure, I'll actually utilize the chat function here so people can find it.
All right.
I have a no thank you.
So we're good to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the board have any questions on this matter? Okay, hearing none. In the matter of number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates, I move that we close the hearing.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? The hearing is closed. In the matter of number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates, I move that we adopt the secret negative declaration as recommended by the planning department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? None? That motion is adopted. In the matter of number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates, I move that we approve the variance as listed in the table of modifications in accordance with the recommendation of the planning department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Motion is adopted. And on the subdivision final approval, in the matter of number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the planning department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? The motion is adopted. And in the matter of number 1190, map of Bonnie Estates, I move that we approve the performance bond estimate as recommended by the planning department.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The motion is adopted. Thank you.
Thank you.
And going on forward, I move that we adopt the minutes of the March 31st, 2021 meeting of the planning board.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion is adopted. And now I move that we adjourn this meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, this meeting is adjourned.